As you guys know, we are about to do my most difficult aquarium project to date. Turn my 700-gallon aquarium into a fully planted Asian arowana aquarium, yet at the same time make it world-class and try to prove myself on a world stage at the IAPLC, the International Aquatic Plants Layout Contest, hosted by, or at least started by, Aqua Design Amano, Takashi Amano's company. Putting myself against the best of the best with just a king of DIY aquarium, sticking to my original plan that I was gonna do before I even got into this contest. In today's video, we're gonna unbox 200 plants and go over all of the aquascaping supplies as well as the plan. We're gonna start from the bottom of the substrate or tank and work our way up though. First and foremost, I went and picked up some of these like little garbage bag things you put in oh, that's the French side, sorry. I'm in Canada. These are mesh bags, about this size. I'm going with mesh bags for a simple reason. Because I'm gonna use lava rock, which is all different sizes. And I got about 40 pounds of this, and we're gonna fill these up and put it under the substrate, giving us a little bit more elevation in the tank instead of using mounds and mounds of expensive aqua soil. Now, pantyhose can typically be used, but for longevity reasons, these mesh bags are breathable, they're non-toxic, obviously they're for food, and I find that the type of lava rock that I'm using, some of it's kind of sharp because it's not meant for fish tanks. It's meant for your barbecue. So these bags are 7 pounds each. They cost me around $8 a pop, but it's 100% natural lava rock. I don't care if you want to put lava rock in this bag or you want to put it in an aquarium bag and sell it and market it and price it however you want, go for it. Lava rock is lava rock. It's both porous, non-toxic, inert, won't affect any of the parameters in the tank, plus that porosity adds to allowing it to be a fantastic home to nitrifying bacteria. It's also one of the cheapest alternatives to raising your substrate up and getting more depth out of it. I don't know if I'm going to use this. And then of course, ADA Canada sent me a few bags of this Power Sand Advance. You put this at the bottom of your tank, and like I said, I'm gonna try to make this aquarium with all the best stuff that I could possibly get and additives, give more longevity to the soil so the plants can stay in there longer. Last time we got around 2 years out of it with just using an aqua soil, which can exhaust itself after a couple of years. So I think we'll get 3 to 5 now. So this is made for larger aquariums with a depth of 2 feet or more. My tank is 28 inches, so 2 feet, 4 inches deep. This is going to add a tremendous amount more nutrients to the soil. And on top of that, it already contains Bacter 100 and Clear Super. Basically, the Bacter 100 is essentially a bunch of different types of dormant bacteria that's going to aid in creating a healthy environment within the substrate, although that already contains it, so I'm not so sure if I should use the whole thing or not. And then Clear Super, which is, I guess, kind of similar to tourmaline, where they're going to aid in not only helping out the substrate, but removing any organics that we don't want. I've seen some pro aquascapers sprinkle this stuff on their substrate, and I've always wondered, what is that? Well, now I know, and now I have it. On top of that, we're putting Amazon Aqua Soil. This is also by ADA. I've got about 150 pounds of this. Hopefully it's a lot and enough. I like it because it is a humate-based natural soil, but I've had 100% success rate with it. All of your favorite tanks that you've ever seen of mine, from my cube to the planted one with all the neons and discus with the standing logs, to the beginning of the 700, all used this stuff. And I need 100% success rate, because I only have 3 months to mature this tank good enough to go into a competition. On top of that, because we're fancy over here, aqua soil, or sorry, Aqua quartz, pool filtration sand. I've used this for years. It's inert. It's the perfect grain size. I like it. Requires little to no mixing, and it's a nice looking substrate that will go on top of all of this. Now, before we get to the plants, which we got to open here really quickly, I was digging around in the snow outside, and I was finding massive logs like this. These used to be in the 2000 as well. I'm thinking about cutting these in half and creating roots for that big tree. And on top of that, we got a bunch of these like little sticks and stuff to kind of help try to make it look as natural as possible. And obviously you guys would be like, why don't you use new rocks, new sticks? I can't dig outside, everything's frozen. And then I got a bunch of these rocks. These were in the actual Oscar tank at one point. So hopefully the goal here is to create some sort of root and rock structure where everything's coming out and kind of maybe spreading out, and put the plants in it. That was my game plan from the beginning, and I'm sticking to it. With that said, the plants came from Aquascape Room Canada, or aquascaperoom.com, who, if I'm uploading these at the time that I need, they will be having their March Madness sale, which starts today, a Friday. And, ooh, heat packs are still good. But you guys are probably wondering, I'll leave a link to Aquascape Room Canada. If you're in Canada, go ahead and grab some of their sales. You might be wondering, what plants are we actually going to use? And the simple answer is plants we never had before and a plant that we did. First and foremost, I want to create some sort of fully carpeted environment, or at least get it to carpet as much as possible. And one of the best plants to do that, because I can't get in there and trim, is dwarf chainsword. This is a dwarf, well, but it does exactly what it's exactly what you think it is. It's a dwarf version of the chainsword. However, the most important thing is this sends off runners, meaning that you start with your main plant, and when it's ready to propagate itself, it will send off a root, and a new plant will grow up close beside it. Depending on lighting and other conditions in the aquarium, it might happen faster than others, but this was my best bet. We used dwarf sage last time, and I didn't find that grows thick enough. You've seen it was kind of more sparsed out. I also thought about going with dwarf hairgrass. However, I thought in this tank with that big of an aquarium, dwarf hairgrass is going to be too small. Well, this will give us a more lush look. We've got 6, 12, 18. So that'd be 90, 108 of these, I think, if my math is right. Hopefully that's enough to get started. Now imagine just one of these could go for like probably, what, anywhere from $5.99 to $12.99, $14.99 Canadian. So right here is a lot of money. This tank build, and to do this in this short amount of time, is costing a fortune. Maybe in the near future we'll go over exact costs and whatnot. Up around I want that to coat most of the tank, and then up near the beginning of the aquarium, like the tree trunk at the bottom, I want to have something a little bigger, a little more lush, and it's gonna look familiar, and some of you guys will be like, oh, you're doing that again? Cryptocorin brown. I know we've done it before, but if you look at the color contrast, one's brown, one's green, I can see that. You have to remember I'm colorblind, and this was the plan from the beginning before I was getting into this contest. And now you can see, oh boy, Joey, one of the judging requirements is like how well the selection of plants are, and you've got 2. And it looks like we've got over 100 of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Whoa, there's way more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 14, 21, 28. Over 100 of these. Like 112, something like that. My lord, guys, this is a lot of plants. This is going to take me forever. However, I'm hoping for the best. We've got the best soil, the best additives, the best plants, the best lights. We're gonna be pumping this with CO2. I just bought a regulator here so I can do it double time. We're gonna put dual 10-pound CO2 tanks on here, maybe add, we'll see. We've got everything ready to rock and roll. And that's exactly what we're gonna do in the next video. We'll skate this and get it going. But anyways, I wanted to make this video simply because a lot of people are going to be asking me about all the supplies and how I made it happen. I wanted to have like a little standoff video so you could always go back and see absolutely every piece of equipment that I used, and all the plants, condition, that sort of thing. The cryptocorin is going to get much bigger, much more lush. These dwarf swords look to be incredibly healthy and full grown actually. We're going to get some melting though. We're going to get a lot of melting. A little worried about that. If you want to join me on this journey, before you hit the subscribe button, in order to join me on that journey, make sure you like this video. Subscribe if you're not already. And of course, if you want to check out ADA Canada and or aquascaperoom.com, that is putting on their March Madness sale. I don't know what they're doing, but I told him I was going to put this video out Friday, and he's like, oh, that's the day of my sale. I was like, sale? What sale? Because I might need more plants. So I suggest getting over there before I get over there, because obviously when I go somewhere, I clean them out. See you guys in the next video. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it.